Well, well, well. If 2020 couldn't get any crazier, the Denver Broncos have no quarterbacks to play against the Saints after Jeff Driskel tested positive for COVID. And then we learned today, Saturday, the Broncos play tomorrow against the Saints, that since Drew Lock and RYpien were in close contact with Jeff Driskel without wearing masks, that they cannot play tomorrow. So the Broncos lose their starter, their backup, and their backup's backup. And that leads to the question, who's going to play quarterback for the Broncos? First choice, emergency QB, running back, Royce Freeman. That's who I want to see play the whole freaking game, Will. But it looks like, per Benjamin Albright, that Kendall Hinton from Wake Forest, who is on the Broncos practice squad, will get the start not the start. He's just going to play some fucking quarterback tomorrow. Royce Freeman might play some quarterback. Probably going to see a lot of Wildcat. My question, Will, is this the craziest football thing to happen ever in the history of football ever?
This is up there. This is definitely up there. There's two ways to look at this. And the first way probably makes the most sense. And it's that you should be angry that they even have to play this game when, the Patriots got postponed and the Baltimore Pittsburgh game keeps getting pushed back. They're kind of just forcing the Broncos out there, kind of like they did with the 49ers, except the Broncos are in a worse position because they don't have their top three guys at the or top four, I guess, at the most important position on the field. So
And
that's one way to look at it.
As a note, Colin Kaepernick's name has come up about 1 billion times so far. The Broncos can't just sign a quarterback off of the street or anywhere really, because they got to pass the 5-day COVID protocol and clear that before they can join the team as an active member of the roster. So the Broncos literally only have options of Royce Freeman and their practice squad QB, which luckily he is there. And to make things just a little bit crazier, they're playing the Saints, who are starting Taysom Hill, who is a strange option at quarterback anyway. Looked good last week, but the joke right now is Saints are starting a running back / tight end / wide receiver at QB. Why can't the Broncos? But Trevor Siemian signed a week ago by the Saints off of the Titans practice squad. So when you start thinking about guys like the Broncos could look to, also saw Trevor Siemian's name out there. They couldn't get him anyway, but he's going to be facing them. So it is a bizarre situation. This was an emergency press conference because I've never seen anything like this. And honestly, I felt exactly like you did. My first thought was, fuck the NFL. Why are they making them play this game? I guess postponement is still technically an option. But then my second and more important thought was, oh my God, this could be the greatest Broncos game we watched this season for sure. Maybe, since they won the Super Bowl, and that I am going to have a lot of fun recapping whatever happens in this game tomorrow night. So we're not going to go live tomorrow. We're going to do a recap on whatever the hell happens in this Broncos game. Who gets more snaps at QB, Royce Freeman or wide receiver Kendall Hinton? Second question, since you actually watch college football, what the hell do you know about Kendall Hinton? Anything?
I don't know much. I never watched him play. He was just kind of he played 3 years at Wake Forest at quarterback. So he's got experience. I think he's played quarterback longer than he's played wide receiver.
Okay.
So that's encouraging. He knows how to take a snap and how to throw a football.
He could line up in the Wildcat, start as QB, motion out to wide receiver, and still be effective as an actual wide receiver on the play.
They could do some trickery. They could definitely do some trickery. Wow. The problem is they only have less than 24 hours to figure that out. So they didn't really – it's not like they had, like a 4-day weekend to get prepared here. They're kind of riding by the seat of their pants, and I don't know if they have any Wildcat plays drawn up. I'm sure they have a few in the playbook, but I have a feeling they're going to be up all night trying to get this thing ready.
Yeah.
There's Von Miller.
I wouldn't bank on Pat Shurmur drawing up any sort of creative plays with 24
They'll probably just run the
notice.
same playbook with Hinton and go like 4 wide and tell everybody go deep.
Yeah, I guess now's the time to do whatever you want if you're an offensive coordinator.
Seriously.
Von Miller has already he's said that he's ready to, jump in at quarterback, even with his ankle not fully healed. He could be back in a couple weeks, actually, if his timeline is accurate. Would you rather see Von Miller or Brandon McManus, who we know has a cannon for an arm, get some reps? If you had to pick one.
I don't want to see McManus get hurt at this point because he's the most valuable player on the team. We've been playing without Vaughn all season, so might as well put him in. Nothing to lose there.
Nothing to lose by
Brandon
throwing
McManus
Vaughn
is
in.
the future of this team. Look, and like that tweet we're looking at now, I'm proud of them for not forfeiting. I don't think any of them want to forfeit. Second of all,
right?
They lose a game check if they do, and so would the Saints, and that's not fair to them. It's the NFL's fault for not pushing this back, having some kind of contingency. Look, like they're saying they didn't wear masks in the quarterback room or what. I wonder how many teams have small groups and whatever that have been wearing masks the whole season. Like, of course there were probably times where look, they don't wear masks on the sideline. What do you expect?
I'm not gonna be one of the people that try to give them shit for not having their mask on. Like, I'm not blaming the players for this. Today was like, okay, so we had the holiday. You and I are trying to take a little break, get ready to gear back up for tomorrow. I wasn't planning on doing any damn work today. And then Matt Patricia gets fired, as does the Lions GM. The 49ers apparently don't have a place to play tomorrow. And then the Broncos lose all 3 of their quarterbacks. I was just like, well, okay, fine, football gods. I will get on the internet because I know you're speaking directly, to me to talk about this. So I've been following Adam Schefter on Twitter, and I thought the funny thing that he tweeted was, let's see here, like the Saints are preparing to land in Denver, and then they will learn more about preparing to face a Broncos team that doesn't have a quarterback. And that's a good point. If this is gonna be hard for anybody, it's the New Orleans Saints. How do they game plan for a team that loses all 3 of their quarterbacks? Like, let's talk about compared to the Saints here, not just the Broncos.
Yeah. So the thing about this, and I was just looking on my Twitter about the Kaepernick thing trending, and I'll talk about that in a second. But the good thing about this, the fact that they're playing, is there are 0 expectations, and everyone's expecting them to lose, 35-0, which they might do, and is probably more likely than the alternative. But the flip side of that is no one expects them to win, so they get to play loose. There's no pressure on their shoulders. The Saints, like if the Saints don't win and win big, that's kind of like that's a problem for them.
If the Saints don't win tomorrow, that is really going to put some wrinkles in the NFC South playoff race.
Yeah,
because then you have the Chiefs and Buccaneers playing tomorrow. So say the Buccaneers win that game and then the Saints lose this game, that whole race gets really interesting. You got Jerry Jeudy offering to play quarterback as well, which
maybe he will.
I wouldn't mind seeing. Yeah, he's going to get some snaps back there for sure.
Why not? I'm sure Philip Lindsay will. Might just throw everybody in there. Give everyone a pass.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. If every single skill player doesn't throw a pass for the Broncos tomorrow, then they have failed. Noah Fant better throw a pass.
Just find out. Just have a contest like at midnight and see who's got the best arm. Maybe it's Kendall Hinton. Maybe it's someone else, and give them the majority of the snaps and have them throw bombs. Why not?
Throw bombs all night.
Why not?
Oh, man. Where's Adam? Adam posted the Adam
Shafty.
5 points.
So the thing with Kaepernick is
I think it's an RT.
They can't sign him.
They can't sign him to play tomorrow.
Can't sign him and have him play tomorrow. So
as we discussed,
the blue check marks on Twitter and Deadspin and everybody who's posted about it can shut up. Just based on that, it's impossible per the rules. Second of all, can someone explain to me why, from Colin Kaepernick's perspective, he would agree to sign less than 24 hours before a game, get on a plane to Denver, no concept of the offense whatsoever.
No.
And then suit up with players he's never played with against one of the best teams in the NFL with a 4-6 team.
Yeah.
Because obviously he would be awful. Anyone in that situation would fail. And then everybody gets to say, "Oh, I told you so. He sucks." Why? Yeah, because the people that are pro Kaepernick, clearly they don't think through these situations. And I'm not saying this isn't a pro Kaepernick thing. It's like a sign Kaepernick thing.
It's just a common sense thing.
It's a common sense thing. He would turn down that deal if they offered it to him.
Yeah, it's the thing too. Like right now, the Saints are playing really good football because their defense has been.
They have the best run defense in the NFL.
Their defense smothered Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. The defense just carried him with Taysom Hill in his first start. And don't get me wrong, like Taysom Hill played well. So yeah, a quarterback who, if Colin Kaepernick truly wanted to prove he could play in the NFL again, like you're saying, this would be the absolute worst way for him to go about doing it. Like, yeah, it gives him absolutely zero advantage to come in and try to do that. It would be like, you thinking about a college class that you took that wasn't part of your major that you did pretty good in. I don't know, say it's chemistry. Yeah. And then tomorrow you're going in and working in a nuclear power plant as the fucking safety inspector or some shit because you're pretty good at it one time. You have no prep, but we need you in there tomorrow. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, like
I shouldn't have used chemistry because I don't know how that actually is applicable in the real world.
No, I mean, like I took chemistry honors when I was 16 years old, and it's like I studied so hard for those tests just to like barely pass. And it's like telling me that 8 a.m. tomorrow I have to retake like the final. And like to expect me to pass and to remember anything. Oh, and I get to look at my notes for about an hour before the test. It's not going to happen. And if it's my choice, why would I do that? And if you fail, then we go back to your permanent record and change your grade, and you get your high school diploma revoked and everything like that. It's just it's a lose-lose situation.
It's a lose-lose. We'll roll with the practice squad QB who actually has some reps in the offense. Got to know a little bit
more recently.
I am just so curious to see what running back playing quarterback will look like. I have never
Probably
seen
not
Royce,
that interesting.
Not that interesting. Well, it might not look good.
Is the problem. It's not going to look good. Royce Freeman would just be like a handoff up the middle every play with Hinton, like you at least have a guy who's quick and can get to the edge, maybe, and can actually threaten to throw the ball. Never seen Royce Freeman throw the football, and I don't know why he was the emergency quarterback. Maybe he can.
Yeah,
but
he seems like he's too thick to be able to throw a football effectively.
Yeah, it feels like Tim Tebow out there.
Yeah. You know who really benefits from this news is Garrett Bowles, who under the radar today signed a 4-year extension with the Broncos, 4th highest paid left tackle now, which is a pretty solid deal for the Broncos there, in my opinion, and for Garrett Bowles, who earned it this season. So any Garrett Bowles detractors out there who may be not happy with that signing, nobody's going to hear him. Like this
Let
story.
him play a little bit of quarterback tomorrow.
Yeah, put Garrett. Have him hand off a reverse. I mean, I bought the Oculus Quest 2 a while ago, and there's a football game on there, VR football. I've been playing. It's a lot harder to throw a VR football than a real football, but there is pressure in your face. And I played it sitting on the couch, and I couldn't really see over the offensive line, and I still connected on a lot of passes. So if you're going to go to the street and sign somebody, just pick like a random dude like me, because watching somebody like that just get killed by real NFL players might be a better solution for ratings. So,
yeah, because then it's like if you complete a single pass.
Yeah, it's impressive.
You exceed expectations and you get a 30 for 30 made about you immediately. So yeah, why not?
The man who threw one pass in the NFL and then his legs fell off after
we had
Jordan crushed him.
We had a female soccer player suit up at kicker today for Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt's so bad that they didn't even get her into field goal range at any point during this game. This is the weirdest shit ever. And the fact that we're taking this season even semi-seriously is ridiculous. Because this just proves that this season is meaningless and it should be riddled with asterisks. And I don't just say that because my team is 4-6, although it helps. But I think we can all agree, and we have evidence of this with the Patriots, but do you think they would postpone this game if Patrick Mahomes had
of course contact? Dude, if Patrick Mahomes called the NFL tomorrow morning and said he had really bad diarrhea and he needed to play on Tuesday, they would do it.
Of course.
Diarrhea is like the ultimate excuse. You tell like somebody to do something because of diarrhea, they're gonna be like, all right, if you're willing to admit that, it must be bad. So
they don't even let you technically, those signs that say like at a public pool, if you've had diarrhea within 14 days, don't come in. That's how like most people treat it.
Public pools, better safety protocols than the NFL.
How would you go through diarrhea protocol?
Maybe like a special type of underwear that has sensors for moisture.
I think they would probably make you go into like a strainer or a cauldron, and if any part passes through the cauldron, then you have to sit for 10 days.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's where we're at. That's where we're at with this football season. Starting to look like some of the Broncos not too happy about having to play a game without a quarterback, which I understand. From every reasonable perspective, the Broncos should not play tomorrow. No. Like the game should be moved to after the season when they have a makeup week. Because at that point you could know you would be able to tell.
Do a fucking week 18. How hard is it?
Because at that point you might not need to play a makeup game, right? The Broncos eliminated from the playoffs, and the Saints.
The Saints will probably have to because it'll affect seeding.
Well, yeah, it could, but there's a chance that it wouldn't. So it makes more sense to have it later. Is all I'm saying. Okay, fine. That they would have to play at week 18, which I'm saying makes a lot more sense. But for viewing and entertainment purposes, bring this shit on. I'm sorry if the players don't want to do it, but I want to see this happen. Same way I wanted to see Matt Patricia fired a while ago, and then it happened, and it was the right move. So just listen to me is my point.
I'm going to do a fake Colin Kaepernick tweet. Or just not like fake, but like a joke tweet, and then see how many people take me seriously.
Okay. So to recap, everybody, while Will comes up with this great tweet, the Broncos, Jeff Driskel, tested positive for COVID on Thursday. And then today, the NFL deemed Drew Lock and RYpien too high risk to play Sunday because they had close contact with Jeff Driskel without masks on. And so now the Broncos don't have any quarterbacks. They're going to be starting practice. Well, we don't even know if he's starting. They're going to play practice squad QB Kendall Hinton, who, if you're familiar with Kendall Hinton, like I wasn't, you thought his name was Kendall Hilton. You looked him up in Google to find a thumbnail for this video and got a bunch of Paris Hilton images and was like, why the fuck can I find this quarterback? Oh, it's because his name is Hinton. And emergency quarterback Royce Freeman, in what will be some sort of hodgepodge offense that I still think might be better than the Jets offense or the Browns offense when Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt aren't playing well. It might not be the worst offense this weekend. And if the Broncos offense outperforms any other offense in the league against a good Saints defense, I am going to brag about that shit for the rest of the season. So
a lot longer, maybe.
Like and subscribe here for really solid football analysis like that. All right, what's your tweet? What are you going to hit before we get out of here?
I just said it's time to do the right thing, and I misspelled thing to give people a clue that I'm not being serious. But it's Colin Kaepernick overlaid over the Broncos logo. Oh man, I can't wait to just get some fucking. Yeah, I can't wait to get some serious replies here.
At Guillermo Yaves. Oh yeah, you're already performing. You got 3 likes. You got
it's coming in quick. Oh man, I'm gonna have some Confederate flag avatars in my reply very, very quickly.
Here, I'm going to quote tweet you with "as long as he doesn't dance."
No dancing. Yeah, just to be clear, I think it benefits no one. It's a stupid idea.
Well, that's the thing about Twitter. You can have a place to make jokes, and there's going to
be something so insanely obviously sarcastic, but people will still take it seriously. Like Greg Rosenthal from the NFL or from NFL.com or whatever tweeted last week during the Chiefs Raiders game, like after the Raiders scored with like a minute and a half left to go. He was like, okay, well, that's it. Game's over. Obviously sarcastically, because everyone knew the Chiefs were going to score in about 5 seconds, and they did. And still, Chiefs fans were upset in their replies, like, oh, freezing cold takes. This aged well, didn't it? It's like, you guys are the stupidest people on the planet.
Yeah, to me, like, Twitter's not a place to take anything seriously.
I got a quote tweet already. I got a quote tweet that says, really well, who knew you would stop this low? No one wants him, and we can't even sign him if we wanted to. TOO.
Oh, well.
I mean, go ahead. Like, if you're listening to this, and I have no idea how many people are, but feel free to retweet or yell at me in the comments. Either way.
More importantly, this is a good time to plug the at Benchwarmer Brew Twitter handle, my new coffee company, which Benchwarmer Brew is really good, really, really good coffee, benchwarmerbrew.com. But Will and I created a segment for my coffee about the Benchwarmer Performer of the Week. Oddly, Taysom Hill won that last week. And as somebody pointed out to me, Taysom Hill's Mormon, and Mormons don't drink coffee. So we really thought that one through. I would like to pretend like we were onto that, but we weren't. But this week's Benchwarmer performer, the Broncos got two guys coming in pretty damn hot, just like my coffee, in Royce Freeman and Kendall Hinton to win this award. Plus, Trubisky was going to play this weekend. RG3 might be playing for the Ravens. Mike Glennon's playing in Jacksonville, so a lot of bench warmers coming in. So if you want tweets about guys coming off the bench and my coffee, at Benchwarmer Brew. That's it. We'll get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow with a recap of the Broncos game. And on Monday, we have the best and worst of NFL Sunday. We'll probably touch a little bit on the Thanksgiving game since we didn't get to those. Thanks for everybody who jumped into this emergency live stream. Will, final thoughts?
Final thoughts is I got a reply on my tweet from my roommate who said, "Can you stop doing the podcast in the living room now? I want to make a sandwich."
Yep. Good timing, roommate. Good timing.
There we go.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
And good luck. The Broncos need some luck.